Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be actually a tutorial on how I foil my papers. I got a few requests. Actually, a lot of people are interested in seeing that video because when I did my Stylogy setup, I showed you guys the papers that I made, like vellum, acetate, regular paper, and even cardstock that I foiled myself. That's what I mean. And so a lot of you guys were interested in seeing how I do that. And so I figured, let me try and film this tutorial. This way you guys can, maybe try it on your own too. So first of all, let me show you what papers I have, like what I mean by that, in case some of you haven't seen my videos. So for example, like here in this A6 planner that I have, well, I actually learned how to do this inbox type of thing. I did this dashboard myself, by the way, on Silhouette. And then, so this is for example, the foiled paper that I just did recently. It's vellum that I found a image online. I think it was a freebie from somewhere. And I figured, let me just try and foil it. You do need a laser printer though. You need an image printed on a laser printer in order for this to work. Or you can try and use the transfer glue. Or sometimes, like, I used to use a just regular glue and it worked not as well though, not as well as the design, the transfer, what do you call that, the transfer gel. So like this, for example, was designed for foiling purpose, and it works super well. I also have like the Deco foil pan. If you are looking to make like smaller details on your paper, it's great for that. Now, if you don't have a laser printer, what you could do is actually just go to a Staples or or whatever local paper shop you have in your country, and just print for a few cents, print some pages for yourself on the laser printer there. Like this image, for example, is a freebie from some type of Facebook page. I can't remember. You see, I should write stuff down like that. Oh, by the way, these like floating tabs, or not floating, these are actually dashboards I made myself, like the tabs. And then, so, this I just used foil, laser printer, and my laminator. Same thing, this is an acetate, piece of acetate. I found this image, like a freebie, and I figured, let me try and foil it and see what it looks like. And it turned out to be pretty nice. I don't think the camera is doing it justice. I think the image is really washing out right now. I'm gonna just tone it down a tiny bit and see if you guys can kind of pick up on, how beautiful this image actually is. I also figured, like, I haven't tried foiling stickers yet, so I printed some stickers. By the way, recently it was my birthday, so I got Silhouette machine for my birthday. And I am playing around with this, and I'm doing a lot of cool things. In case you guys are interested in any of these tutorials, let me know. Like these images here are actually printable stickers from the Planner Shack on Etsy. And she had a huge sale going on, so I figured, let me take advantage of that. And I bought a lot of the packages from her, printable stickers. And now, the main thing was finding proper settings to apply to your silhouette so it cuts your stickers pretty well. So I'm going to try to foil my stickers today and see how that goes. But like some other examples of some foils that I did myself. This image, I clearly remember where it's from. It's actually Plan with B freebie. So I'm definitely going to link her blog on in the description box because she provides so many freebies, you guys. I think this is all upside down for some reason. This was also a freebie from somewhere. This umbrella icon is actually like a free image that comes in your pages. You can find a lot of these icons on either Pages or Microsoft Word. Just look under there and then you can just multiply them. I found a school app that does it for you. So I can try and see. I don't know if I can link the apps in there or not, but I'm going to try to do that. This image I foiled. This is again a freebie from Plan with B. How beautiful is this? And I just foiled it myself. Like these glasses is just a regular icon, for example, from the Pages, and then on Mac. And I just use the app to multiply the images, which you can do manually too. So those were examples. Then let's go to supplies needed. So I already showed you the transfer gel. I am going to try, because I'm out of the glue that I used before to foil. So I'm gonna try the Mod Podge and Tacky Glue. This way you guys can kind of find out for yourself too whether these will work. And you can find these in Dollar Tree too. So this is amazing. Then you will need your like application brush, just in case, you know, any brush you have at home, if you are gonna go with the glue method. Now I'm gonna play with stamps today too. This I found like for $1.49 at Michael's or Joann's, can't remember. But this is from Coco Daisy, like some stamps. So you can also use, you know, this transfer glue, transfer paste on your stamps and try to create like pretty images that way. Then I have a Dollar Tree stencil. Apparently they have a lot of these stencils and this is so cool. Of course you need your foil, you guys. This is actually the cheapest foil I could find. This was a good deal that I got. Amazon doesn't have that anymore, but I can still link these foils in there because they're iridescent, so I really wanted to get them. There's like 5 of them in a package. I believe the package was $23 or so. These I found for like $5.97. They were discounted at Joann's. It's like a full roll of foil, so this is a really good deal. This foil, this giant roll, was $13 from AliExpress. It's interesting because it works in some cases and then others it really fails me. The one mistake that I was making in the beginning when I was trying to foil stuff myself was not using proper laser printer settings. I was using regular paper, where actually you should be using either label or heavyweight paper or whatever you have in there. It's not plain paper, and don't let the printer choose it on its own either, because you want this image to be saturated in toner, like, because basically this is what the foil adheres to like these basically microparticles of this toner, which I think it's like microparticles of plastic. So when you run this image through your laminator with the foil on top, it basically sticks to, you know, foil sticks to the image. That's why inkjet will not work, unfortunately. So then I printed some more of these stickers. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if it works. I honestly haven't tried foiling stickers. I ended up printing lots and lots of vellum, acetate, and cardstock. I don't think I'll be foiling all of this on camera because then it's going to take us forever to do that. But generally, I'll probably pick 1 or 2 acetates, 1 or 2 vellums, the cardstock, and just pick different foils because I really want to give the AliExpress foil a chance again. And I actually do have a lot of the other sheets. I don't have it on the table right now, but I totally forgot to grab it. It's like you get 50 sheets for $3.50, I think, which is just absolutely amazing. That's even cheaper than this roll, or maybe not, because this roll has a lot of foil. So we're gonna give that foil a chance again. I'm gonna heat up my laminator and we are gonna try this out. I also have just some blank sheets of vellum and acetate to do, you know, the transfer glue and the other glues kind of project. So for here, I'm gonna use the stamps, I think, because it's just smaller image, so I can get away with that. Okay, so I got my stamp. Let me open this transfer. Oh, there we go. So that's what it looks like when you open it up. And I'm not sure, should I use a brush or should I yeah, I'm gonna use a brush. We are doing this together, you guys, because I haven't tried it yet. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, you do need like a clean brush just so you can dust off the foil, because when it has dust on it, it's going to interfere with the foiling process. So you want to make sure your paper and your foil, they're clean of any dust or any trash or anything that's possibly collected on there. Alright guys, well, the moment of truth. I got my laminator ready. This is one of the cheaper ones that I got on Amazon. This is the Royal Souvenir, and it works pretty well, to be honest with you. It laminates well, and it does the foiling pretty well too, because it gets pretty hot. The trick to this is to let it sit, like get heated. Even after that green, I don't know if you could see, that green button is on, let it heat up some more, because it needs to be really hot for this to work. So we are gonna, like, this desk is way too small for like me to feed the laminator and kind of come out. So I'm sorry for like the weird angle and everything, but we're just gonna try to work with it. So what I'm gonna do is use like this thin Tomoe River paper, and you can use any paper, to be honest with you. I just have like really thick ones, unfortunately, or this thin one, so I decided to use the thinner paper. I do have transfer folders, but I was told that you should use them with the ink machine more so, because it gets really hot. Like, the laminator doesn't get hot enough for the transfer folders to work. I tried to foil with transfer foilers, and it worked fine, but I think it works better if you just use a plain piece of paper. Like I was saying, I found these cheaper deco foils. You can find them even cheaper than what I have, because I have holographic ones. I really like those. You can find the plain ones, you know, plain foil ones too, for a lot more affordable price. I found some, and I'm gonna link them below just in case, you know, you need help finding them. The longer ones are going to be by Mink/Heidi Swapp. I'm not sure how that goes, like whether it's just one company or whether Heidi Swapp collabed with Mink or whatnot. So yeah, the longer ones are going to be the cheap ones from Joann's, or you can also find them on Amazon. And the shorter ones are from Amazon, the Deco by Deco Foil. All right, so we're going to start with this vellum paper that I did, and I used the Deco foil transfer gel. I just usually fold it over like that. So the main thing is, when it goes into the laminator, that everything kind of, this protects it, and the fold is over the foil and the paper. Otherwise your laminator is going to get jammed. So that's very important. And next we're just gonna grab any foil you like. Oh, I like this sparkle one. So we're gonna grab this sparkle foil, and we're gonna see how much we actually need of it. And unfortunately I ruined it a little bit because I don't store my foil properly. I know, I just kind of toss it in a drawer, and it ends up, oh no, I cut the vellum paper a little bit. I figured, why is it cutting? Why is it feeling so thick? So it was the vellum paper too. Well, again, this is real life video, you know, and you're gonna have problems like that. Maybe not. Maybe you're not as clumsy as me. So it's a bit too long, and usually I collect my scrap pieces. Just, you know, sometimes I do projects with my scrap pieces too. So I'm gonna cut it to size a little bit more, and then, but just make sure, the main thing is that the foil covers the whole paper, not the whole paper, but where the glue is, because otherwise, again, you're gonna ruin your laminator. It's gonna get stuck, you know, to the laminator. So I make sure that all of my glue parts are covered. Then I take this thin piece of paper and I go ahead and put it like that, and then we're gonna feed it through and see what we got. All right, it's going in. Some people feed it through a few times, which is okay too. I used to do that, but I noticed that the foil loses its just like shyness. It's not as shiny, it's not as sparkly or vibrant anymore if you feed it through multiple times. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, yes. Well, that looks beautiful, you guys. Oh, got stuck a little bit. Wow, yeah, this foiled really well. basically foiled everything that I wanted it to foil. All the glue pieces are definitely well foiled. Yeah, we're gonna just take the Deco foil now and foil the bows that I did. See if there's a difference. This is Vellum again, and we're just gonna use, so it's Vellum and Deco gel, and we're gonna grab this foil. Now you can see the size is definitely, you know, it's a lot thinner than the Heidi Swapp foil, but sometimes it's okay too. There is 5 foils inside each of the cylinders, in case you guys are wondering, and that's kind of the size of the foil that you get. So you definitely, I feel like you get a lot more with Heidi Swapp. All right, so we did this. Let's see how this turns out. So it's their foil basically, and it's their gel that we're using. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, I'm glad I covered this part up with paper because there was a little bit of glue that I did not see, and luckily, okay. So this is the project that I did with stamping. I mean, it's not ideal, but I mean, if the foil did really well, it's my stamping that I could have done better. Because some of it has way too much and some of it has not enough. But that's the first time I actually tried the stamping idea. Next we have acetate and the transfer gel. All right, so we're gonna try the Heidi Swapp foil again. And this is on acetate this time, so we're gonna try to cover it like that. It's always really awkward for me to cut foil, especially on video. I feel like I don't do too well there. Oh boy, losing it all. Yeah, my setup is definitely not too good, but that's what we have to work with, and we're gonna just do it. All right, we're gonna cover it up. Should I use the other side? This foil is a bit damaged, I could tell from me not storing it properly. Has a bit of holes. Oh no, it gets, oh gosh, it's sticky. Wow. All right, let's see if you can find good parts of the foil so that when we cover it up, I'm not even gonna cut the piece of it off. Okay, it looks like everything's covered. None of the glue is sticking out. And now we're gonna just cover it up like that and feed it through again. I do want to cut this piece off though, because I feel like it's gonna get jammed inside the laminator, and I really don't want to have to deal with that, especially not in video. Okay, let's see what happened here. Also not too bad. It has like missing parts because I probably didn't do enough of the transfer gel, because you could tell like where I did more, like filled it in completely, the foil took to it. Up next, let's try some stickers, you guys. So I have some on, let's see, it's washing off. Okay, it's washing out a little bit. Okay, hopefully it's not too dark. But I have some on just regular, really cheap sticker paper. And then I have some on vinyl, which is also pretty cheap. I got it for, you know, I just looked for the cheapest, I'm so cheap, gosh, keep on saying cheap. But I just looked for the cheapest one and I bought it. I already do have these stickers cut, so we're gonna see how that works. All right, let's try foiling, I don't know, the TV ones, for example. Or should we try the grocery bag? Yeah, let's try the groceries first. Okay. So let's grab a piece of foil. Actually, let's use this scrap piece. Or am I gonna use it on the other side? Yeah, we could totally use this scrap piece for this project. And we're gonna even cut off some of the parts that are not needed and save the scrap for other projects. All right, let's try this out. Let's see how that goes. So this is the vinyl. I'm sorry, I know I mispronounced the V's. They're really difficult for me for some reason. It's like the V's and W's that I mix up. Because in Ukrainian, there's only one V. Alright, we got that. Let's see. Oh no, I had a little bit of glue, residual glue on there from the other project. Oh, nice. Wow. Oh yeah, look at that. It did pretty well. Nice, nice, nice. I like it. Like you see, there's a little bit of like residual foil that was stuck. It could be because I cut it first and then I decided to foil it. But I haven't had good luck cutting the vinyl for some reason. So I figured, you know, let me cut first. And if it turns out okay, then I'll foil it. Also, let me try the sticker paper, regular sticker paper. I apologize for the bumping noise. It's Danny upstairs. He is playing with my brother-in-law and they're usually getting loud. So that's gonna be probably the other part of this video is gonna have to be with this noise, unfortunately. All right, so we're gonna see that's not gonna be enough this way, so we're gonna have to cut it that way. Just a little reminder, this was printed on laser printer, you guys. That's the only way it's going to work. Inkjet ones are not going to work. And what you could do, what I used to do before I got my laser printer, was I would go to Staples, if you're in United States, or just go to your local like paper shop, you know, or, you know, stationery shop, where they have printers, laser printers, and you can just print, you know, have a bunch of files with you or like whatever you like and just print there on whatever paper you like. You can bring your own paper usually too, which could be even cheaper. So not could be, it is cheaper when you bring your own paper. And yeah, you can just try that out. Okay, the sticker paper also worked pretty well with this foil. Okay, I really like that. I don't know if you could see. Yeah, foiled pretty well. Okay, so far so good. All right, next we are going to take some of these out. And I did print a lot, but that's kind of for the future use too, not just on the video. And we're gonna go ahead and foil them. So what I did was, the way I got these images is by using Silhouette software, which is free for everybody. They have a lot of like freebies too, but I bought this little heart that says face and I just multiplied it. Like you could totally do that easily on that software. So we're gonna, let's see, but I also wanted to kind of use some freebie images too. All right, so this was a freebie, and I'm gonna try to find the shop or the website that I got it from, because this is such a wonderful freebie. It's printed in vellum using laser printer, and I believe I used that inks a heavy paper, like heavyweight paper. So we're gonna just try to use this foil because it's a bit larger. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is cut it to size so I don't use, you know, all the foil up. Okay, so I cut it to my B6 Stalogy size. Also, it is very important that you dust your foil off before you use it, and that you dust your paper off before you use it, because sometimes when there's like dust on it, dust particles, which mine could have because I printed it a while back and it was just sitting there, and the foil's not gonna stick to it pretty well. So I have 2 vellums to acetate and I cardstock paper. Now the only thing is that I just realized this is like printed much thicker than that, so it might, you know, not take this might not take foil as well as this paper here. So we'll see, like this image, I mean. All right, we're gonna use, the reason why I have 2 of each is because I wanted to test both foils out, because sometimes, you know, one foil might perform better than the other. So let's start with this acetate, for example. We're gonna use, let's see which color I want. I want this blue one. Do I want the blue one or no, I want the pink one actually for the flowers. All right, so we're gonna take the pink foil, put it over our image, and then where are my scissors? My scissors are right here. Cut it down to size approximately. And then we're gonna dust off the foil. As well as this acetate. Always make sure that you put it the correct side up, because I've done that before where I put it upside down and then it ruined everything. So yeah, you want to make sure that your printed image is where the foil is going to go on top of. Okay, let's feed it through and see what we got. Oh my god, you guys, it looks beautiful. Oh boy, the only thing is where the paper was folded, or was it maybe the foil got, oh yeah, the foil got jammed like a little bit, like you see the wrinkle got wrinkled. That's why I got the wrinkle, but overall that looks pretty good, other than where the wrinkles were, unfortunately. So that's something we are gonna deal with, the wrinkles. And I think because my paper is wrinkled by this time, could be the paper, could be just the way the foil went in. Yeah, I'm gonna switch out the paper because this paper's wrinkled now. All right, got my new paper. And so the next one is we're gonna take the acetate again, and we are gonna use the mink foil. And which one do I want? This rainbow one. I should have done this before. I don't know why I didn't do it. I usually do it this way, where I flip the paper over and then I kind of cut the foil while the paper's on top of the foil, not the bottom. This way I have better control and I know where I'm cutting, you know, so it's nice and exact. This way I don't ruin too much foil. Okay, so we got it. Now we're gonna dust it off so that we take any of the dust, any of the like particles that do not need to be there are off of it. Same thing here. Oh, I think just told you guys not to do that, and I think I'm doing, oh, almost did it myself. Flip the image ink side down. All right, there's something going on, I think, on the other side of my acetate, where it's like the dust does not want to come off for some reason. Because the acetate was sitting on top of my desk for like a week, it got pretty dusty. And so I had to clean it up pretty well. But like I said, if this does not turn out well, then it's probably the dust, like I didn't dust it off completely, which we're gonna retry it again and try it with another piece of acetate that's not as dusty. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh wow, yes, this actually turned out even better than the Deco foil. Wow, So the only thing is when this gets pretty hot, it's gonna wrinkle, like make the acetate kind of wavy a little bit, which is, you know, it's a trade-off you get. It's either you don't foil it well or you get this wrinkled, not wrinkled, like wavy acetate, which probably you can flatten out when you kind of have something heavy sitting on top of it. But this looks beautiful, you guys. Oh my god, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Up next, we're going to try the vellum. So this is the Deco foil, by the way, you guys. I forgot to mention that. And we did the Heidi Swapp mink foil earlier. All right, also pretty good. I mean, unless I'm not seeing the imperfections. I mean, from here, it looks perfect. Wow. Yeah, I like it. Awesome. Okay, so far so good. I mean, before it used to be like hit and miss, to be honest with you, and now everything turned out pretty well, other than that wrinkle that we had before. Now let's try these cardstock papers. I haven't tried cardstock. I don't believe I have yet. And I want to see, I mean, unfortunately the images are kind of a bit different, so it's going to be unfair to one foil or the other. But let me see what I have left. I haven't used this orange foil yet, the orange hollow. I mean, I used it before, I mean, not a video, I should say. All right. Also pretty well. I thought I was gonna like to do it face down, but then I totally forgot to do that. But even face up, it turned out pretty well. Okay. Awesome. Finally, let's test the Heidi Mink or Heidi Swapp Mink foil again. Let's see, I want to do the stars. No, I already did the stars on Vellum. Let's do the rainbow or the blue one I want, because that's going to really show up. Like if there are imperfections, I feel like this plain foil will show it much more. Oh boy, I already messed it up a little bit. Okay, we're gonna try to do it this way. If anything, go over a little bit just because you really want to cover this toner area so that it doesn't mess up anything. Let me try, should I do this face down now? No, I should do it face up. Let's reproduce what we had. All right, let's see what we have. Beautiful, beautiful, even better than the Deco foil. Wow. I love it, you guys. Like, seriously, this is perfect. I don't know if you could see it. All right, so overall everything worked out pretty well, and other than this little mishap with the wrinkle, and this is not the foil's fault, it's the, you know, my fault that I used the wrinkled paper. Alright guys, I completely forgot that I did some designs with the pen too, and the glue, and the, you know, the Mod Podge, and all of that stuff, like the regular glue. So yeah, this is the pan design that I did, like just little check marks earlier in the video. So now we're gonna use, and I also forgot to use the AliExpress foil. I forgot that I told you guys, like, this is such a cheap foil. It's literally for $3.50. You get 50 pieces of this, like, letter size foil, or it's actually A4, I think, size. So we're just feeding it through. Let's see how it goes. Sometimes if the laminator is too hot, that foil kind of loses its shininess. So I should have cooled down my laminator probably for this glue piece, because the glue was already sticking to the foil, even without the heat. So I could have probably gotten away with a lot lower settings, heat settings. Well, not settings, but like heating it up a lot less than what I did right now. So yeah, we're gonna just do a few designs with that AliExpress foil and see whether it's, you know, any good. I did have like a good luck with it overall, but sometimes it does like lose the shininess for some reason, like when the heat is too much, when the laminator is too hot. So unfortunately, that's kind of the case right now. So we're gonna probably take a look and see whether that's still true, or if it's, you know, just my assumption, wrong assumption. All right, so I did just some check marks there. Yeah, it does lose a little bit of that shimmer, like shine. And the heat is, like, my laminator is pretty hot right now because I've been heating it up for a while now. So yeah, it still looks pretty good though. It still looks very pretty. And I think the camera is not doing it justice, to be honest with you. So yeah, overall it's like very cute. I'm gonna definitely use that in my Stalogy. Now let's go to the Mod Podge design that I did. And we're gonna, no, I'm gonna use regular foil that I did before, like not the AliExpress one, because that's kind of like not tested yet. So let's use this foil. I didn't use this foil yet. All right, well, fingers crossed. I haven't tried the Mod Podge yet, so we're gonna see whether it works or not. This acetate, by the way, is also very, very affordable. For 100 pieces, I paid like, I want to say up to $10. Like, it was definitely a good deal. I think they had like a discount code and stuff, or a coupon on Amazon. I got it on Amazon, so I'm gonna try to find all the links down below for you guys. I know I'm really bad at these things. Like, I always say I will, and then I forget to add the description box. Not forget, I like barely have any time anymore to do this. But that's okay. I'm still very determined to keep on doing the YouTube channel, like my YouTube videos, because I absolutely love it, you guys. So I just love seeing all the comments from you, and, you know, just doing the giveaways and stuff, doing all kinds of projects like that. Okay, the Mod Podge worked very well, you guys. I just kind of overdid it a little bit with it. You know, you saw me drop it, like really using a lot of it. But yes, you can use the Mod Podge for this project as well. And now let's see if that tacky glue works or not. Okay, yeah, that should be good. So this is the Deco foil, and we are using, I should have used probably Heidi Swapp foil, but we are also using the tacky glue from Dollar Tree. Technically it should work. I don't see why it shouldn't, but you never know. And it's the same pretty thin acetate, but it's enough for me. Like, I use it for a lot of different things. It's basically called, I don't think it's called acetate, I think it's called like projector sheets or something like that. but it's printable, you know, that's all I need. I need it to be printable and be clear, plasticky. All right, the moment of truth. Yeah, that one works too. I think it didn't dry up like you probably could see. Oh yeah, that's where it didn't dry well. I had like a full bobble of, but I did not want to wait, you know, to film this because I might not have the time. But yeah, it definitely stuck to the foil, so I didn't do a good job of making it neat. Like, I really like the way this word joy turned out. But you could tell you remember I used so much of it, and I knew that it's gonna be an issue here. But yeah, like overall, if you are, you know, taking your time with it and really kind of filling everything in with a neat brush, you know, not like that large brush that I have, probably something a little smaller and flatter, you should be able to get good results, better than I did. But overall, I just wanted to kind of test it out and see if it works or not, you know. So now let's continue testing the AliExpress foil. I just printed these cute little panda bears. We are going to go ahead and use this pretty iridescent foil, or hollow foil I should say, and go for acetate and vellum. Like, I just wanted to kind of compare the two and see if one foil is better than the other with this foil. And then I also wanted to try, like, I have a different style AliExpress foil. For a huge roll you pay like $10 or $12, and I wanted to try that out too on video, so you guys can kind of tell. Again, unfortunately, this foil does not like really hot settings, or you should probably just kind of wait until the light is on and kind of immediately start your foiling process, because my laminator has been on for a long time and I really don't have time to wait for it to cool down. I need to finish this video out right now. We might lose some of that shininess, but I really wanted to see how it does, kind of, you know, just do it on video for you guys to see. I mean, I know what it does. I know what happens. Like, I know it still works pretty well. It's just I wanted for you guys to see how it works. Okay, so as you can see, it wrinkled quite a bit, and that's probably because my laminator is super hot right now. Okay, well, not bad at all. It does have some missing. Oh shoot, I forgot to dust it off. That's what it is. Because I'm like, that foil, it generally doesn't do that, especially if the laminator is hot enough. So let's not forget, for the vellum piece, let's remember to dust it off. Where's my dusty brush? All right, let's flip it over and be sure that we take it all off. All right, got that. Okay, that should be good enough. By the way, I'm just using regular makeup brush, to be honest with you, because that's kind of all I could find. And you could probably use like a kabuki brush from Dollar Tree also. I just couldn't find mine. I think I put it, placed it to be washed with all the to be washed brushes. That's why I couldn't like locate it in my drawers. Okay, I want to make sure this is aligned so that it doesn't get jammed. And I want to make sure everything, all the ink is covered, because otherwise it's going to stick to my laminator, and I really do not want that, because it's going to ruin it. And I really like my laminator. I did something wrong, I feel like something. Oh man, I flipped the paper out around. Okay. Yeah, because now that part that I did before on the front, now I have it in the back. Well, we'll see what happens. You know, this video is meant to be like very kind of real life and kind of for you guys to see what happens with different, you know, with different options. Because I know like you really, once you have that foil, you don't want to be wasting it. You don't want to be messing it up because it's pretty expensive still, you know. But definitely check out Joann's. Okay. Yeah, so you can see it missed a few spots here and there. I mean, overall, again, because the foil is so cheap, it's still very, very, you know, good for the amount of money you pay. But yeah, it's obviously not as good as the mink foil or as your deco foil. And now I wanted to try out this foil that I said, like, you see how big the roll is? I don't even know how much, like how many meters or feet this is, but it's really, really thick roll. Like, that's never gonna end for me. Overall, I really like this foil. Like, it's so nice because you can just roll it out and it's meant for your regular letter size paper. Oh, it's got like a little damage here. But that's okay. We're gonna see in general how it performs. I'm gonna just cut out 2 pieces, similar size and height, and hopefully it does well today on video, because generally it's okay. It's just sometimes it tends to over like foil, like foils parts that I did not want foiled. For example, if they're like micro particles of speckles of toner, like it will get it. It's really kind of very, very sensitive. Okay, let's see how it goes. Absolutely stunning, and wow, did very well. Very well. Yeah, so definitely worth the money. I even want to keep this negative because it's so pretty also. So yeah, I mean, overall, definitely good on acetate. Let's see what it does with vellum. Okay, also beautiful job with vellum. Wow. Gorgeous. Oh my god. I'm really happy. Yeah, really, really happy with the results. Okay, because before, like, I think I had issues with vellum, but I think now that my laminator is super hot, it definitely did a good job there. Alrighty, you guys, so I ended up foiling some more things off camera just because I feel like the video is already really, really long. So I just wanted to show you what they look like. They turned out to be very nice. So this is vinyl sticker paper on and deco foil. Also deco foil, vinyl sticker paper. And this one didn't turn out to be so well because I feel like this vinyl, when it was caught, it was leaving little speckles of like, you know, white residue, and I think foil was sticking to it. So I think next time if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna foil it first and then cut it. Now the sticker paper on the other hand, foiled very nicely with this deco foil. And then I used a little scrap that I had of Heidi Swapp foil on the side. Now this is that Heidi Swapp foil. The vinyl itself doesn't foil as nice as the sticker paper. I think it's because it was cut first and the little white spackles of the toner and mixed with the vinyl itself were kind of all over. Even though I tried to dust it off as much as I could, it still wasn't enough, and it started to adhere to all kinds of things in there. So it's not, you know, as perfect. Although this sheet turned out to be pretty well. And I think because it wasn't cutting out the ladders, like it was not cutting out as much as, you know, just like the little squares. So we didn't have as much residue this time. But yeah, I used, so for here, I used a few different foils. So this one is just a foil that I used, deco foil. Yeah, there's a simple deco foil that I had. And then this is a Heidi Swapp foil, or like that mink foil from Joann's. Then this is deco foil and some more deco foil. Okay, and all of them worked very, very nicely here. Okay, I think I showed you the check marks already. So yeah, I did, because I foiled this. So these are the things that I already foiled and on camera. So you don't need to go over them. But then I just kind of did, again, this is AliExpress foil, you guys, that really cheap foil with the roll, full roll for like $12. Yeah, this looks really nice. Yeah, probably should have grabbed a white piece of paper so you guys could kind of see the contrast, because otherwise it's just not showing up as well. So yeah, you can see that it foiled like perfectly, the AliExpress foil. So yeah, I highly recommend using it on acetate. Vellum is much harder to foil, I find. So this is, I believe, AliExpress foil also. I just had it, like I had a scrap piece like left over, and I believe this is Heidi Swapp foil. Very nicely like foiled. Then we have deco foil, and I just kind of printed my name, you know, just created it on Silhouette software. It's like so easy to use there. Then we have this one also done on Silhouette software. This is the Heidi Swapp foil, like the little stars. And Vellum doesn't foil as nicely as acetate, I find, like for some reason. Now this is AliExpress foil, and I think it did a pretty good job on Vellum. Like I definitely see a lot of imperfections, but it's not as bad as I anticipated. Now this is deco foil though. Deco foil with a little bit of in the middle of AliExpress foil, because I use like scrap pieces right here to create like this one, and then a full piece just of a green hollow foil from Deco. That really did a good job there on Vellum. This is again AliExpress foil. As you can see, it's not as good. You could tell there's like micro particles of black toner sticking out, where like the deco foil didn't have that. It kind of covered everything nicely. Now this is AliExpress foil on acetate. Now that really looks great, like almost perfect. Yeah, so that did really well. I mean, for 50 pieces, I paid $3.50, which is crazy. 50 pieces of foil, like full sheets of foil, for $3.50, it's like crazy. And you know, as you can see, this is another example of AliExpress foil. It did a very good job on acetate. Now this is an example of AliExpress foil that didn't do a good job on Vellum. Like Vellum is, for some reason, it's really hard for foils to adhere to. I think this is when I play around with settings and I just used the regular paper setting for I forgot to switch it up for my laser printer. So that's why I think it's almost like, I don't know if it's the foil or if it's that setting that I used. But this is, on the other hand, acetate, that same foil that I just showed you on Vellum. just on acetate, and it looks so darn good. Again, this is AliExpress foil that I paid $3.50 for 50 sheets, which is just mind-blowing. Again, AliExpress foil on acetate, perfection. Now this is Heidi Swapp on Vellum. Overall, I think Heidi Swapp and Deco foils are really nice quality, where AliExpress, even though you could really find them for a very affordable price, AliExpress doesn't do as well on Vellum at all. And but if you're foiling acetate, definitely you can, you know, save your money and go for AliExpress foil. That's kind of my take on it, like this overall project. And also AliExpress foil works pretty well on glue. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!